right. Are you ready to fly with me? So tonight, I would like to take you on a flight journey with one of my favorite gray crowned crane. This is gray crowned crane 039. The very first time I met 039 was in someone's garden. Let me give you a background. 9 years ago, there were more gray crown cranes in people's garden and hotels more than there were in the wild. What was happening, local communities driven by poverty, lack of awareness, and lack of law enforcement, they would catch crane and sell them to those who won't have them in their gardens as pets. So people would have them cut feathers, stop them from flying, sometimes keep them in a confined area like this one. So over the last 8 years, our organization has been working to change that, to put an end to the illegal trade, and to make sure gray crown cranes like this one can go back to the wild. So we launched a huge campaign. We went out, we told Rwandans, hey, gray crown cranes are in danger. Let's do something about it. So people accepted and they called us to their house. So we went to every house and we were identifying, building a database of all the cranes in captivity. But the moment I went to the house where this crane 039 was, he was actually with another crane. But this one was shy. But gray crown crane 039, he was jumping. He was really trying to jump. The feathers were cut. He could not jump over the fence. But I knew this was a special crane. I knew he was telling me something. It's like he knew what was bringing me. It's like he knew I was coming to give him a chance to go back to the wild. So what we would do when we went to the house, we would put a leg band on each crane. You can see the blue leg band, and that's how we gave him 039 as his number. And then later on, we would arrange to go back and collect those cranes and take them into health check. So when I realized 039 had a lot to tell me, I made sure he was among the very first crane we took for our quarantine, our health check. And today, I want to tell you about the 4 things I've learned from this crane. So after successful health check, gray crown crane 039 was released into the park in the eastern part of Rwanda, a beautiful park. We built 2 rehabilitation facilities, one at the lake shore, another one a bit inside the park. And the idea was to stop predators from coming with an electric fence, but no roof on top of this facility. Our idea was for the cranes to grow new feathers, flight feathers, and whenever they are free, to be able to go out and enjoy this beautiful park. Akagera National Park is one of the parks in Central Africa that has the largest wetland. And when I had this project in my mind, I thought like, we can actually bring all of these hundreds of cranes from captivity and take them into this park. There is a lot of water, a lot of food. Then we go there and build a safe population in this park. But 039 had something else to tell me. So everything was really working well. These are the cranes at the lake shore that we're reintroducing. And every time I visited, I saw 039 trying to jump. He was very stubborn. Even without feathers, he was really trying to jump. And the moment I saw him in the sky like this, I was filled with joy. I really wanted to cry because this crane didn't even wait to grow the full flight feathers. And he really didn't want to waste even a second without trying, without really enjoying the freedom that he's given. It's not only this that he did only. He found love. He found a beautiful girl, 211. They spent a lot of time together, finding food. And I really, every time I watched them, it's like I would put to my ear, they're trying to figure out what they are saying. 039 was very stubborn. He wanted to go places. 211 was not yet brave. One day, we woke up, and this guy was working at our rehabilitation facility where these cranes were kept. He told us, I can't find 039. And I was a little bit worried. I said, did he jump over the fence and go eaten? This crane is not yet confident. Like, what happened? Oh my goodness, what is 039? The next day, we received a report from a member of the community. 039 had flown away from the park into the agricultural landscape. That's the 039 with a free range crane population out of the park. And when I saw this photo come from the member of the community, I was full of joy. He's not dead. He's not dead. But he had left his lover in the park. So, lesson number one that I got from 039. You know, I had said, 039, this is a huge park. We are giving you these nice wetlands. Go, build a family. But the very first place he visited was out of the park. So, and the people, without the people who reported this sighting, we would have not been able to see or to know where he went. So this immediately was a message number one, that we cannot do it alone. So we started recruiting a group of community conservation champions. These are members of the community with the passion and the love for conservation that we bring on board. We train them, we give them smartphone. They collect data on cranes. They send it to us, and they educate their fellow communities. They protect breeding site. They are the guardians of the cranes. So this was number one lesson we learned, and we implemented it away. And now we have like a group of more than 200 people working throughout the country in all our initiatives, protecting cranes and other species. So when we saw Great Crown Crane 039 was moving a lot, he came back to find his lover, and we set traps in the park, and we caught them, and we used technology. We put a GPS tag on their legs, and we start tracking them. And on the right, you see that's a map that plots the movements of this crane. You can see the area that is highlighted in green. This is out of the park, and this is the very place that they like to go. It's agricultural area with lots of livestock activities and agricultural activities. And lesson number two we got is, yes, we like the protected area, but we also live in agricultural landscape. We cannot survive without this area. Our future relies on how you work with the farmers. So you can imagine having like a flock like this one in your field, the damage they can cause. So Rwanda Wildlife, listening to the cranes and to the people, we've been implementing a lot of homegrown solutions to try find solutions that work for both cranes and for people. The area highlighted in red has a big question mark. You know, the black line on this map is a border between Rwanda and Tanzania. This crane moved to Tanzania. And say, how can I go to Tanzania? And I was wondering, what's there that is attracting this crane? I wish I could see. But, so this crane, I realized, was giving us message number 3, that cranes, we don't know borders. We are free. We don't need a passport to be able to cross. And if you're going to protect us, you've got to work with others. So over the last 3 years, we've been working to establish a transboundary collaboration with our neighboring countries, Tanzania, Uganda, and we are looking forward to working with Burundi to protect cranes in this huge landscape. And this is a group of community conservation champions in Uganda. You can see their outfit with cranes on their shirt. And they are really proud and being trained to go out and save cranes in that area. And this is the working together that this crane has taught us. When it came to breeding, so we always took a boat, went around the lake shore where we introduced these cranes. And when it came to breeding, 039 and 211 came back inside the park. They came to the very same place where we had introduced them. They came and they built a nest, and the next time we saw them, 3 chicks. When I saw this, I was full with joy, and again, this is one example that I've been following. But again, there is the lesson number 4 that I learned from 039. Yes, of course, we go into agriculture, we cross the borders, but we also need very protected area, the area that are safe for breeding with less disturbance. So at Rwanda Wildlife, we listen. We are now moving towards protecting some of the largest wetlands in Rwanda to make sure gray crown cranes and other species that rely on places like this can thrive and find safe home to live. So all of these activities we've been implementing by listening and following 039 have given us a very good result. This year, we've counted over 1,200 cranes, another successful, consistent increase. And this is what happens when you listen to species and when you work with people to find solutions. So I would like to finish with this story. 2 months ago, when I was talking about these results to a journalist, this journalist came to me and he asked me a question. He said, Olivier, you've been following cranes and trying to listen to them, but let's change things around. If cranes could listen to you, what would you tell them? And for 8 years I've been working with cranes, no one has asked me this question. I've really talked to the media a lot, but this was a question that I had to think again. So I turned my back again, I looked at the cranes and I say, hey, gray crown cranes, there is hope that you can fly. There is hope for your habitat and hope for your chicks, because I love you. And because we have a team, Rwanda Wildlife Conservation Association, that loves you, because the country Rwanda loves you, because the region loves you. But today, I would like to add something else. I would like to say, gray crown cranes, there is hope for your chicks, there's hope for your habitat, because all of these people here are willing to join us to secure your habitat and to make sure you can thrive in those agricultural landscapes. Thank you.